And we're live. Hello, makers. How's everyone doing this evening? Carl, Lucky 13, how are you doing? So, let me just... There you go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on waiting for Jimmy. Hey, Christoph. Aloha. Bird on a Rock. Henry, Dunder, Sven, Patrick, MacVision. How's it going? Hope you're having a Guinness. Is that too cliche? Hey, Glenn. All right. So, Creality CR-10, ladies and gentlemen. Now, first, before we get to it, I want to apologize in advance. I'm a bit sick, which is kind of good that we're doing the Creality tonight, because I don't think I can last 4 or 5 hours of stream. The Tronxy X3, on the other hand, will be pre-built, and I'll do an initial video review next week of it because I'm away for 4 days during the weekend. I kind of need a break, so I'm going to do some pre-recording during the week. Let me know if I'm not shouting enough. I really cannot, but I'll try. So yeah, I have 3 episodes coming up next week. Awesome episodes. We're going to do an awesome creation. There's going to be a tutorial and also the initial review of the Tronxy X3. So, hey, Gentleman Scoundrel, Ian, Carl Schmidt, Brian. Wow, lots of people tonight. Okay. Hey, Ryan. So, let's get to it. Yes, my new chair. So, I 2 things. I want to thank you guys for the support. I want to thank everyone who donated. I want to thank my patrons. Thanks to you guys, I am sitting much more comfortably. I got this awesome chair, and as promised, I also bought a new mic, which will be delivered on Monday. I got the Rode Filmmaker kit lavalier mic, so I'm really exciting. I'm hoping that as of next week, the video quality of pre-recorded videos will also improve. So thank you once again. Thank you very much for all your support. Hold on. I'm trying to remember. I can't. I've lost it. I can't remember your real name. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hey, Richard Grant. Please remind me and I'll remember it this time. So, let's start opening, shall we? Let's switch these around. Okay, so this came in from gearbest. It was actually unexpected. I'm going to be completely honest. As you guys are probably aware, I started kind of a partnership with gearbest, and they offered to send me a few of their printers for me to build and review for you guys. Obviously, it's very difficult for me to say no when it comes to printers, even though I'm running out of room right now. So, so yeah, they sent the Creality CR-10, which I really wasn't expecting. But I'm actually very excited because I've been dying to test this printer out. So it's here. Lars. You know what? You know what I'm going to do, Lars? I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. Ouch, $200 for shipping. Blue or gray? They're gray, actually. It's looking okay. There's a bit of blue on them, but okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna need to stand up for this one. So we have I had a sneak peek at this, so it shouldn't be too difficult of a build. We have what I'm guessing is the base, pre-assembled, so nice. That is one. Next up. So while I open this, I'm just gonna have a quick look at the chat. Yes, there is about a 30-second lag usually on the video. I'm reading through the chat as you guys are typing it, so I'm reading the chat live, but it comes up on YouTube a bit later. Morning, Dawn. I definitely will, Richard. So, next up, we have a box of goodies, which I'll leave till the end. A roll of masking tape. We have an entry. This is pretty much in 3 pieces, so it makes my life much easier. I'll leave that there for now. And power supply. It's not a Trunksy, so I'm going to be happy with that. Right, let's see how I'm going to lay these out. Just so I can have a better way of doing this. Let me open the box. Let's see what's in the box. Hey, Cat. I actually do. I really like these orange strips here. I have to be honest, and I really like them. I know that people don't like them. They want to take them off. I don't mind them. They give it a bit of character. Glad you do, Rock. The Kumadono. Actually, a lot of people are saying really nice things about this printer, which is why I'm actually excited to try it out. So we have what looks like a couple of 100 grams of white PLA. Then we have, actually, let me do this so you guys can see what's in the box. We have some tools. Oh yay. If you guys follow Tom, he said something that I completely agree with. Flush cutters. You don't know how much you need them until you have your first pair. I have 3 now. And I will probably buy a few more so I can have one in each room. We have an extra PTFE tube. We have the spool holder. Not 3D printed. This looks like aluminum. Impressive. I was going to say we have a rubber. We have a micro SD card, sealed. This, I'm guessing, is to go with this over there for the spool holder. USB cable. A guarantee in Chinese. I doubt that will come in handy. We have a coupler. I don't know if this is an extra coupler just in case you need one, or if it's needed for the build. If it's an extra coupler, that's actually really nice to have an extra one. We have power cable. Hey, welcome back, Gomez. Games. Bullskine, how are you? Good morning, Errol. So we have another scraping tool, and we have here, so let's see what we have here. We have big bolt, some T-nut screws, some screws, T-nut, screws, nuts, T-nuts, some screws, and we also have an extra nozzle, and this looks like the Bowden tube inlet, PTFE inlet. We also have some washers lying about and a few other parts. This looks like the limit switch, so we'll leave those there. And let me just pick up these couple of washers that are lying around here. Hey, Deacon. Yep. Hey, Turnkarn. So, washers. Let's see what we have here. This, I guess, is a parts list. So, this is so you can't see this, but it pretty much says start, open the packing box, take out all the parts, compare to picture 3, take out, install parts from toolbox, start installing. Buy M5 by 25 screws, connect to base with XZ modules. Next, install 2 fixed blocks, connect motors, connect nozzles, and you're done. And you're done. Oh, we also have what I could only say is probably the world's scariest acupuncture needle. This is massive. It's huge. Yay. Okay, so we'll put that there. Yes, Patrick, it is a little bit more expensive. Although I have to say that, so on gearbest it's under 400 euros. I think I left a link in the description. I don't know if the code is still active, GBTE, which gives you 10% discount. However, at least when I go on gearbest, it's under 400 euros, which is not a bad deal for a printer this size. SD card has rest of instructions. Yeah, I'll probably put that in. But to be fair, a lot of people have already told me that the instructions supplied with this are not really very helpful, and they recommended that I join the Creality CR-10 Facebook group and download the manual from there, which I did. I haven't opened it yet, but I did. So we'll put these here. A copy of a copy of a copy. Yeah, but these at least are in color as well. So let me just check the micro USB, see what it says. Let me show you guys as well. I'm gonna try. Okay, so this is getting stuck. Come on. Ooh, there you go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold on, hold on. I need to mute this because you guys get a hell of a reverb. Uncle Jesse, thanks for joining, man. Operating instructions, reading instructions, installation. Yeah, they're not much different from from the photo copy I got. That's so let me see if I can show this to you guys. Let me do this. Hold on, give me a second. So these are the instructions. Take out all the parts to ensure that if they are good. Now you must connect the portal frame to the base for 4 screws. So get 4 screws and 5 by 20. Limit switch. Just kind of wiring, and that's it. That's it. Now comparing to let me see where it is. Hold on. Now this is what they asked me to download. And this is much better. So if you're getting one of these, yeah, definitely download this manual from the site, from Facebook group. You're right, non-productive. DX Racer chart, yes. AK Racing, actually. Okay, I'm gonna start installing this. So first things first, what I'm going to do is cut this out. And we're gonna take this off. Sebastian, this is never going away. This switch is never going away. I have to admit that I have tested out the power supply before the live build, just to make sure. I actually have no idea. It could possibly be MLZ, but I'd have to open that to check. To be completely honest, I am not entirely sure. So I'm just gonna check something quickly. Okay, that's all right. So one of my Twitter followers also suggested that I print this this 3D printed part that sort of keeps the cables in place for hold on, let me see if you guys are seeing this. So let me do this so you guys can see better. So these are the cables to the heat bed, and someone suggested that I do use a 3D printed part to keep these in place, and it would be easier for me to do it before print it before I install it and attach it before I do the complete build. However, as much as I want to do that, someone who's buying this as a first 3D printer will not be able to do that. So I kind of want to build it as is first, and then I'll move on from there. You can print R2D2. Yes, I can. Where'd that go? That flew away. So better swap cameras. Okay, let me swap cameras then. Hold on, let me just put this here. There. There, that should help. The tape is almost perfectly applied. Okay, just gonna remove the glass plate because I don't want to break anything. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave it there because I'm gonna break it. Behave, imagination to form. Okay, so forgive me if I don't chat to you guys a lot. I'm just gonna go through the instructions. So this is the back, this is the front. And 5x20 screws and lock washers, which I'm guessing these are lock washers. Okay. Remove the glass. I do want to remove the glass. I'm just scared that I'm going to drop it. I'm going to break it. I'm butterfingers. I'll just put it there. There. If I break it, it's on you. Okay, so they're already in place. The lock nuts are already in place. Okay. Now the question into the frame. So if that's the back, this is the front, and this has to go like that. So this is a bit weird. Okay. Let me just quickly check something. A bit further up. Does it come with fixed lead screws? It comes with one fixed lead screw, which I have to say is actually really solid. There's no, well, there's a tiny little give at the top, but nothing major. There. Okay. Yeah, the trick is not to let it drop. Yeah, say that to my butterfingers. Okay. I have to say this thing looks huge. Okay, so I'm going to put these here. I'm gonna drop something. I'm gonna make a lot of noise. It's 1, 2, 3. Note to self: take out the Allen key first. Okay. So that goes there. Now the only problem is that I'm assuming that this is how. That's almost there. So I'm just going to move it just a little bit, just a tiny bit forward. Just for the build plate to reach the, there, to cover the whole bed. Needs 20 to 30 inches width and about 24 inches depth. Wait. Okay, so that's one. Okay, hold on, because I did a mistake already. What? Okay, so this one that I installed actually should be on the other side because this has the limit switch on it. So I'm going to need to take this off and put the other one back on. That should be fun. Let me just unscrew these a little bit. Why didn't anyone tell me? The build volume is 300 by 300 by 400 in height, so it's fairly large. Also, hi Ben. If I don't make mistakes, no one ever will. It's the way of the noob. So, let me turn this around my way again. So, hardly. The orange is not orange enough to make it look like a Prusa. We'll see the print quality. I've seen some really nice prints come off this. And to be completely fair, I've printed really nice prints on the Tronxy, so I'm actually going to just get an idea of. So this is interesting. All right, okay, because then there's the glass plate. Okay, so I'm just gonna. Wow, that's almost perfect. How long does that take? 1 week? It'll probably take more than a week at that layer height and speed. Oh, this is much easier to calibrate like that. I'm using the y-axis rod just to align the bed. (300 by 300 by 400). You need to put the bottom up screw in first. The holes are small for those. What bottom hole? Oh god. All right. Okay. So, but which ones are those? M5 by 20 screws and lock washers. No worries, Spike. You guys can hear me, right? Everything is fine? Sound is fine? Yes, I do, Ben. And I'm going to talk to you about that very, very, very soon. Okay, it doesn't tell me which screws to use for the bottom. I'm gonna have to either guess, because this has 2 holes there. So I'm assuming it's these 2. It's 2 of these, because there are 4. And a locking washer. Hey, Spike. Okay, so I'm going to move these slightly. I actually wasn't that far off in aligning. There we go. That's 1. Bottom long screws. Got them. Come on. We can't see the Sigma. Actually, the Sigma is, it's in the kitchen. It's on the kitchen counter because I don't want to leave it running here when I do live streams. I kind of don't want it to interfere with the sound, at least for now, until next week when I get the lavalier mic, which should make it a bit more quiet and only get my sound rather than the printers. So once I have the lav mic, it will be in here. But in the meantime, seeing as the Blue Snowball picks up quite a lot of sound from the background, even when I hit the table or something, I tend to leave it out there because it's doing long prints. It's doing awesome prints, by the way. Here. Actually, where did I put it? Where did I put it? Let me show you what I printed. If you guys haven't seen me on Twitter, this is what I printed on the Prusa. On the Sigma. Not the Prusa, the Sigma. This is a knotted orbit. It has a ball inside, which prints inside, which is trapped there. And it took about 35 hours to print with PVA supports. And it is the most ridiculously awesome thing I've ever seen. And I'm happy. Yeah, she did. She actually likes the Sigma. Very, very much so. Ow. So... yeah, I have changed the settings on the Snowball to get it to just pick up the sound of my voice, but I need to be actually very close for it to be more effective than it is. Okay. Use a sword to cut it open. I have no idea what fell. I wasn't looking. Ah, okay, I know what fell. That goes there. And acquire Sigma. Well, strictly speaking, you cannot acquire the only Sigma that's a Malta. But if you come here, I will let you play with my Sigma. That's actually not a bad idea, Keith. Not a bad idea at all. That is actually a really good idea. That is a very good idea. I already know what that print is. But to be completely honest, I was holding off from the giveaways for until I reach the 5,000 subscriber, which hopefully won't be too far away, because I want to do something a bit special. Yeah, exactly, Frederick. Okay, why is everyone fighting for my Sigma? Hey, Mike. It's my Sigma. I paid for it. Okay. So now, in carriage frame, install the filament spool holder. This is that it? That can be just it, can it? I'm just going to install the spool holder. I'll just look at your Sigma. Exactly. So, yep, that makes sense. It already has a happy home. There's nothing to adopt. You know, it's not a love child. It was planned. Okay, I need 2 of these. I'm guessing these aren't the ones. There's the 2 large. These ones? Looks like it. Yep. The Trong CX3. Well, I did a poll on Twitter, and seeing as I had both the Trong CX3 and the Creality, I did a poll on which one people would have preferred to see me do a live build of this Saturday, and the winner was the Creality. So yeah. I still have it. I still haven't put it together, but I will do an initial review of it next week. Yes, if you do want a Sigma, speak to Ben. Hey, Everjoe. Okay, so we got the spool holder. Then we have this. Okay. Run them on that side. Connect all electrical cables. Is that it? Could you guys let me know? I mean, I know there's not much to assemble, but is that it? It looks like that's it. What are my next projects? Lots of printing. Lots and lots and lots of printing. Hello, where to buy CR-10 for India. Gearbest, there's a link in the description. Gearbest should be able to sell those. Should be able to ship them to India. Okay. So this goes here. PTFE. So extruder goes there. X. Why are there 2 X's? Oh no. Yes, this is the extruder. This should go in here. Is it? Okay. I'm thinking this is gonna go. Hey Tolga, could someone confirm for me? Whoever has a Creality. This goes in here, but will it hit the top part here? It shouldn't actually, because it has this, which will hit that. Okay, so never mind. That goes in there. There. That will go inside this. This goes here. Now we have 2 x-axes. Why do we have 2 x-axes? Ah, okay. One's the stepper motor, the other one is the limit switch. That's Z, not X, Joe. Z. X, Y. Always get confused which is the X and the Y. So This is the X. Okay, hold on. Think about the A-net A2 to try it out. Actually, I've heard a lot of people have been asking me about the A2, and I had a look at it. It's actually not that bad. It doesn't look that bad. I will be getting an A-net A6 to try out. It's slightly more expensive than the A-net A8, but it's a bit more advanced in terms of the LCD screen. Let's see, that goes there. This is a bit of seriously. Okay. Oh god, Jimmy's here. Jimmy, Joe is starting a new career. Guessing filament brands won't color her long. Jimmy. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy, my resident troll. He's the only one allowed to troll me in here. Let me see if I can. So the Z-axis limit switch is in a very awkward position, which ideally should have put in before I attach that, but that got one in. That's fine. See, I've tested the power supply already, but now that Jimmy's here, I'm still worried. Little monster. Now that Jimmy's here, I'm still worried that electricity might go off. I don't trust Jimmy. Okay. That is gonna go there. That was a quick build. Throw this there. This one goes there. Check the bed for wobble. Hold on. It's actually quite sturdy. And that's the thing, everything seems quite sturdy. The table is less sturdy than this printer. So, this goes there. You should give him what status. Solenoid boot. Doesn't boot him. Nah. When I reach the stage of installing Nightbot or enabling Nightbot, I want to see if Nightbot gets Jimmy. Okay. It seems like that's it. As in, we're done. I'm gonna have to change this tape because I think it's been stuck here for quite some time. But thanks for coming, Jim. No, don't encourage him. So 220 volts. Okay. Let's see. Take out the orange strips. No, not yet. Not yet. I like the orange strips. They look cool. 200 fuses. I do. Actually, I have 150. This is one of those bags. But they all wrong fuses. Okay. Shall we, ladies and gents? As always, this could go one of two ways. One, we keep on going, Jimmy gets upset. Two, I switch this on, screen goes blank, and Jimmy will have a field day tomorrow. 3, 2, 1. 0. It is on. I take it the frame was semi-assembled. Everything was semi-assembled. This came in 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm gonna take, and this tape is bugging me. Let me see if I can just flatten it out a little bit. I survived. My hair didn't. Let me see if I can just... Yeah, that does it. That's fine. Not perfect, but saves me the trouble of having to retape the bed. It's good enough. Okay. Use the supplied PLA. Rocket concert. Yep. It's not that bad. I mean, I could spend like half an hour just poking on the holes, but I'm not going to. Flush cutters, yay! Okay, so right. Let's throw in some PLA. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around so I can see what I'm doing. Hold on. Hopefully I don't get electrocuted in the meantime. I'm going to leave that there so you guys can see what it's printing. Oh no, I can't. Oh, that has to be there. So I'll move this here, and I can still see what's going on. There. Stay. And that can go there. And yeah, I can see what's happening. So let me just catch up on the chat a bit. It's your design, Mike. It's on Cafe Press. It is actually. The fan is quite loud. Sorry. Is it bothering you? Is it messing up with the sound? Do I have any favorite printer without the Sigma? They're all my favorite printers. I use them all. I absolutely use them all. I have, if I had to say a soft spot, I have that soft spot for the Micro Delta rework for 2 reasons. 1, it's an awesome printer. 2, it gives Jimmy a hard time, and that's absolutely awesome. Needs to have control box on the side and fairly close to the frame. Yeah, this is why I'm actually leaving them here, just so I can see. Yep. Can you guys see? Actually, you know what? Let me move this onto this side so you guys can have a bit of a better view. There. Thanks. His stockings. Appreciate it. What is the most useful print I've done? Most useful print I've done. Hold on. Ugh. The one that we use the most is a frame holder, which I did. It kind of, because seeing as this is a rented place, I don't want to stay poking holes in the wall. So I printed a stand with the initials of me, my wife, and my daughter, so the frames can sort of sit upright, and we've got a couple of those running around the house. Okay, so I didn't notice SD card wasn't here, and there's another SD card here. That's two 8 gigabytes SD cards. Nice, winning. I'm going to, let's see, prepare, preheat PLA. Are we going to get a video about the bromance of Jimmy and Maker Noob? One day you will. One day you will. And one day, when I say one day, it's not that far away. Because I will be touring Scandinavia with the family this year. So, yeah, I'll pop by and see Jimmy. Give him a bit of a hard time. With this spool? No. I think this spool barely would cover that much. Love me some PI, yeah. Sigma is in the kitchen, Ben. It's printing. let me do this. So, okay, let's see. It is extruding. Okay. Now I need to home and level the bed, I guess. Ooh, I see a problem already. There. Okay, that's so far off. Flip that glass. Nozzle might scrape the tape on first try. Might. Let me just see if I can level it from here. Give me a second. Let me just do this because it will make my life much easier. Okay. Sorry guys, just leveling. Okay, I'm just gonna disable steppers. Yep, I figured as much. Okay. Now it's easier. Okay, Joe, Keith is deeply concerned about your Sigma. Sigma's doing fine. Sigma's doing absolutely fine. It's doing so fine. I'm going to give you a very quick sneak peek at what it printed about 20 minutes before the stream started. That's all. That's all you're going to get. That is all you're going to get. And that you'll find out on Tuesday. Next awesome creation video. This. Now I'm gonna have to keep this here. Orphan Sigmas. Well, I still could have one coming on the way. Have you already taken a look if your EV is missing micro steps? To be completely honest, I just found out how to calibrate the extruder, which I'm going to do a video about next week as well. And after that, I'm going to play around with micro steps. One thing at a time. But it's funny because that artifact that you showed me, Sven, I get that on almost every single printer. Just what I'll probably do is I'll just adjust it on the fly. Okay, so I'm going to do this for now because I am not trusting this nozzle and the clips. Okay, so I'm going to home once more. Okay. John, the extrusion multiplier video will be coming out Thursday. I have a schedule set for next week. Does it have a heated bed? Yes, it does. What is your favorite slicer? Simplify 3D. If you get a 3D printer, let's say you have a €500 budget for a 3D printer. Depending on what you're going to print, I would go for a €350 printer and a €150 Simplify 3D. My opinion, mine, no one else's, just mine. I have no stake in Simplify 3D, but it's just so much better than Cura, than Slicer. I just find it so much easier to work with. Any ETA in the Titan extruder review? I press buy, but then again, it will probably be cursed if it works for you. Yes, exactly. Hopefully so for you, Jimmy. I've only been playing and with the Titan Aero for those of you guys who probably know. E3D just launched the Titan Aero extruder, and I received one last week to test out, and I've installed it on the Duplicator i3 Plus, and I'm loving the i3 Plus again. I had kind of put it to the side a bit because I had under extrusion, it was missing steps, and they sent me also a stepper motor as a replacement. To give you an idea, the stock stepper, the stock extruder stepper was running at 94 steps per millimeter. The one that E3D sent me runs at 806 steps per millimeter. So it's much smoother, it's much more accurate, and it's printing gorgeously. Here, this was printed in the Duplicator i3 Plus. I'm covering it there. It's with the arrow. So it's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to print from SD. Whatever comes. Wolf bite. Yes, I would love. Okay. I would love to try wolf bite, and I also need to buy me some 3D lac. Because I didn't get any with the Sigma. Tom got 3D lac with the Sigma. Why didn't I get 3D lac? So it should be heating up. Should is the key word. The nozzle is heated up. But it's just sitting there. Let me stop print. I'm going to change the SD card. Okay, now we're there, I think. Bed heating. Awesome, Ben. We definitely will. Hey, Michael. Doing absolutely great so far. E3D, a full complete E3D hot end, if I'm not wrong, is about 35 sterling. The whole assembly, I'm not sure if it includes the extruder stepper motor as well, but I think it's about £90, and you get everything in it. Yeah, I kind of noticed. It takes a while, to heat up the bed. £3D lac £12, print byte 21, PI from Prusa £8. See, the thing is, as Jimmy mentioned, at least the PI sheet that I got, I'm not a very big fan of. Maybe it's just me. The way the universe works is, whatever works for Jimmy doesn't work for me. But the good thing is that a lot of things work for me which do not work for Jimmy. Jimmy has the PEI sheet. I have everything else. Was it easy to install the Titan Aero extruder on the Wenhao i3? So, it is easy to install it on the i3 version 2.1 and below. On the i3 Plus, I actually have spoken to E3D, and I'm going to try to design some additional parts because it requires more modifications than for the rest. For the version 2.1 and below, I think you have about 4 parts in total. For the i3 Plus, I had to print a few things, modify a few parts, so it was a bit more work. But it can be easily fixed with a bit of adjustments. Imagination to form. I don't really carry hairspray with me. I would somehow feel a bit weird going to to a supermarket or a pharmacy asking for a bottle of hairspray. So this takes a while to heat up. I think this could do with a power supply upgrade for 24 volts. Okay. Oh, we're getting there. Oh my god, this thing is... no, this print is huge. Whatever it is, it's huge. No. Opa. Whatever this print is, it's massive. And I also need to... Yeah, not a lot of adhesion. So, I want to stop the print. I'm gonna home all. Hey PT3D. Just gonna move that a bit. Actually, these are fine. These required a bit of playing around. So, let me try a different print. There. Let's try that. Let's try a cat. Small one, not a real one. The chair is awesome. I love the chair. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. No, it's this is the supply G code. So I'm just gonna do a test print with the supply G code, and then I'll throw in something. I'll throw in my usual benchy. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to adjust on the fly just a little bit. I don't know why it doesn't print in the center, but easily fixed. I have 3 G codes on the file. One of them was massive. Not gonna happen tonight. Clips on front and back with wires off the bed. What do you mean? I actually have a bit of first layer porn happening here. Big printer needs big benchy. Yes it does, Patrick. Ooh, okay. Shall we slice a benchy? Small one, normal benchy. We'll start small and we'll take it from there. Okay, so let's configuration assistant. Zoom. I want to see the porn. Let me see if I can do this without breaking anything. I don't think it's gonna show. Hold on. Let's do. Wait. I don't think. Let me do this. Okay, and we'll do this. Hey, Jeffrey. Okay, let me... Hold on. Let's do that. And then we'll do that, and let me play around with the zoom. Trying to focus. Focus. That's as good as it's gonna focus, apparently. Okay, and okay. Print a mobile camera holder that you can attach to the frame. It's not. Gmax. Remind me, Jeffrey. What size is the Gmax build volume? This is 300 by 300 by 400. Much more, much zoom. Yeah, baby. So yeah, we were saying, shall we do, what do you guys think? Shall we do benching? Benching? I don't know, I'll leave it up to you guys. Something that won't take more than an hour and a half to print. Because my medication is going to wear off quickly. I'm going to start sneezing. Hey Nick. I have a little chair envy. I honestly, Clyde, I don't blame you. This is really comfortable. 16 by 16 by 21. So that's 40 by 4. That's massive. That is huge. 16. Haha. That's 40 by 40 by 53. That is no. It's slightly smaller. This is 12 by 12 by 16. Need transport. Form Futura HD gloss filament. I haven't tried. I think I've only tried PLA from Form Futura. Yeah, I have printed benchies on all the others. It is true. In terms of printing, it's not noisy. The fan in this thing is noisy, and the power supply. Ooh, snag. Caught in time. Okay, so I'm going to slice a benching. So Simplify 3D does not have. Simplify 3D does not have a CR-10 profile, but I was sent one. 300 by 300 by 400. Nozzle diameter is 0.4. Number of extruders is 1. Marlin, Cartesian. Creality CR-10. No, fixed. Got it. Thank you. Yeah, that's probably it. I honestly speaking, I would just from the first few minutes of use, it takes too long to warm up. I mean, it's not a massive amount, but if you had to use probably ABS possibly or PETG, it might take a while longer to heat up. Yes, you did. So I am going to use that. So Okay. There we go. Okay, she's pretty much right. So, I am going to... Greg, just to confirm, it's the last profile you sent me, right? Not the first, or is it the other way around? Correct answers them to the email. Okay, never mind. Factory file. Okay. So. Leave that there. And put that there. File. I'm just uploading my factory file. And also FFF profile. Okay. Last profile. Okay. Quite a bit to get cleaner prints. Almost there. Awesome. How much was this printer? This is just, I think it's about $400 in total. I don't know how much shipping to the US would be. I think this is working on a 12-volt power supply, to be honest. Let me see if I can confirm. Yep. Doesn't say there. Doesn't say there. But I can see it from here. Yep, this is running on 12 volts. This definitely needs 24 volts. Okay, so I am going to run my own G-code. Well, actually, I'm going to run Greg's G-code, which is a little vase. I thought it used to be more expensive, to be honest. When Preston reviewed it, it was just under $500. So it's about 400. It's around 400 now. Okay. Right. So, prepare to print. Select all. Okay. Save toolpath to this. Now, where's my chat gone? There it is. You hated Joe? I don't hate Joe. Guess I'm going to get spools then. Used to be 379. Wow, okay. Yeah, definitely. This definitely should be 24 volts. I do have a spare 24 volt power supply, so I'll see what tweaks I can do. So this is going to take forever, but I'm going to try something different. stop that print. We're gonna auto home. Let me have a quick look at this print, just because I'm curious. No. This is why I hate tape. Ugh. That's not impressive. Okay. Okay. This should print in the center. Yay, Firing Phoenix. What did Prusa recommend? Jimmy, is it this one? Yeah, I really didn't take that long to build, to be honest. Still heating up the bed. Let me clean up a bit. A little bit. Joe needs a manicure. I need new fingers. Not manicure. Alright, so let's do this for now. Until this thing starts printing and we see where it goes. Cruz recommends acetone cleaning the PI sheet for better editing. Okay, fair enough. Actually, I think even AliExpress has them. Let me check how much they are on AliExpress. Nothing's coming up on there it is. Okay. Let's have a look here. Okay, it's printing. Okay, we'll do that, and I'll throw you back in full screen view. There. Now, there is a Creality on AliExpress. It's $1,100. There's one at $589. That's ridiculous. I'll still get it from GearBest. So, hold on. Let me check. 719, 719. They're way expensive on gearbest. Hold on. There. That's the link. Hey, Paulo. Orange is the new black, exactly. Yeah. But let me see if I can. No, I can't. Hold on. Hold on. No, I can't. For now, that's as good as it goes. If it makes you feel any better, I can actually see it. And it's printing really nice. To be completely honest, after the issue I had with the ANET A8 on AliExpress, I became a bit weary with them. Banggood. Let's check Banggood as well. Okay. Banggood I don't mind, actually. I don't mind at all. Banggood is $577. It's not bad, actually. Let me check. It's $577 on Banggood, which is still cheaper, but not as cheap as gearbest. So depends on how much more they want to charge you. Yes, exactly. ANET A8 has gone really cheap now, really cheap. As a matter of fact, the ANET A6 is more expensive than the A8. No, it's kind of a vase. Let me see if I can focus it a bit better. Hold on. Come on. You can do it. There. Ooh, nice. AliExpress sale. $127 viewers. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Something is appearing on the edge. Yes, it is. Unfortunately, I can't lower this thing any further. But I can do this. And hopefully I won't break it. Or won't ruin it. There you go. Thank you very much, Phantom. Appreciate it. When am I going to give away a printer? At 5,000 subscribers, I have something a bit special planned. I'm just gonna say that. And the thing is, to be completely honest, I didn't think I was going to reach this many subscribers so quickly. Never in my wildest dreams would I ever imagined. And I'm truly humbled. And I actually did a lot of giveaways very quickly. Thank you very much, PXL Gear. Truly appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Thanks, Greg. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. And I kind of did a lot of giveaways subsequently, and it's not that I didn't want to. I wanted to. I was planning for them, but I didn't want people to think that I'm trying to buy my viewers. I didn't want to come across as someone who's trying to win viewers by giving out free stuff. But if you go back to the very first video that I ever did, and that was the unboxing of the Prusa and also the Micromake Delta, I had said that if I ever reach 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving one of those printers away. Now obviously I'm not going to give one of those printers away, but when I reach 10,000 subscribers, I will do something extremely special. I like to keep my word. The quality of the print looks actually very nice. This is hey, I'm print. Yeah, man, I probably have one of the best communities online, so thank you guys. Thank you so much. This print was sent to me by Non-Productive. He sliced the G-code himself on Simplify 3D. He also sent me a factory file for Simplify 3D and to test it out. And this thing looks spot on. This kind of gives you an idea of what dialing in settings through Simplified 3D can do with the printer. Exactly, Don. You got to be in it to win it, man. On the ANET A8, oh yes, the ANET A8 is probably going to be a very long-term review. I will be doing periodical updates on the ANET. I'll probably do a video on it one every 2 weeks with upgrades that I did to it, and also the progression of the print quality. I will also try and dial in a Cura profile for it, because I understand that not everyone would buy Simplify 3D for the ANET. So I will, because I know it's a very popular printer, and I know you guys are curious about it, see what it's capable of. And to be completely honest, actually, this, I'm going to move the camera just a little bit. This, whoop, believe it or not, this was printed on the ANET A8. This thing is insane. This is really cool. Hold on, let me fix the focus so you guys can see better. There. This thing... Thank you very much, Sven. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I truly, truly do. I'm humbled. Thank you. And this thing is awesome. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm very, very happy with how the ANET A8 is progressing so far. No, and that's the thing. All the upgrades I want to do to the ANET A8 are either very cheap or free prints that I do to upgrade it. I want to keep it as stock as possible, but improve on what it has without spending money, because that is the whole point of a budget printer. But yes, you can get a budget printer, spend an extra 50 euros and upgrade it to a lot of potential. So you spend another 35 euros, you're going to get the E3D V6 hot end, and I'm sure it'll print even better than it already is. Wreck-It Ralph. Yep, that's Wrecking Ralph's. Lars. I had to look at the paper. Yes, I do. I do have an ANET A8. It's right over there. Yeah, Ryan's ANET A8 is definitely not an ANET A8 anymore. This is at 200 microns. It's beautiful, isn't it? This print. Okay, sorry. Oh, I thought you meant the other one. This. Let me check. This is at 200 microns as well. The Micromake Delta, it is alive. It's actually sitting right over there. I hadn't used it for a while because I was using the power supply to use it for the Tronxy P802 MA. It's still there. I still plan to use it. The only problem right now that I have is space. And it's a matter of having enough space to use all the printers at once. I usually end up going to sleep with having 6 printers running through the night to do prints. However, in a couple of months I'm moving to a new place where I'm going to have like a kind of a printing farm. I'm going to have a lot of shelves in the basement where I can put all the printers, and then I'm going to have an office in the house where I will have the printers that I'm currently working with or reviewing, so I can actually use all the printers at one go. Now I have the Tronxy P802MA. There's Montreal Credit Card. Thanks, Jimmy. It will behave until your credits run out. Thank you, man. How long before I have to build a new building for all my machines? At this rate, soon, man. There's about 11 printers here, and I have no idea how I ended up with 11 printers. I really don't know. But I love them all. I use them all. And I really want to get them into a place where I can use them all at the same time and just print to my heart's content. Yeah, 3D print some shelves. I did 3D print a shelf, but it's in the shower. When will you get the A6? I think it'll be here next week, actually. Can I name all my printers right now? I have the Prusa i3 Mark II. I have the Wanhao Duplicator i3 Plus, the Micromake Delta, the Emotion-Tech Micro Delta Rework, the Enervision EV160, ANET A8. I have the Creality CR-10, the Kodama Trinus. I also have the BCN 3D Sigma. I have the Tronxy X3, which is sitting in a box, and I have the ANET A6, which should be on the way. And I also am purchasing the Velaman K8 600. Yeah, Robert, I'm actually going to have a separate power source for the printing farm. Yeah, Zapol, they tend to... it's not that they don't have stock, but they tend to keep them for people with issues on PEI sheets, so they have something to replace with. How much is a beer in Malta? It depends. You can get it for €1, €1.50. Beer is cheap here, man. Between the Tronxy P802 and the ANET A8, which one do you prefer? I believe that the ANET A8 will produce better quality prints. I prefer it in terms of it was easier to assemble, it was less hassle, and right out of the box it actually printed quite nicely. I do believe that it has much more potential in the long run than the P802MA. Yeah, I included that, Patrick. Generator out. Yes, I will have a backup power supply. See you, Don. Have a good night. I actually decided to also buy the laser add-on for the Trinus and the enclosure. Oh no, Sven, you need to try Maltese beer, man. You need to try we have a beer called Chisk. It's won a bunch of awards. It's actually really good beer. Come over, I'll buy you one. I won't have one because I don't drink beer. I barely drink any alcohol. I will have a shandy if you guys know what that is. Lars, there was a debate about the noob, and obviously my experience will get better. I might not be a noob in terms of experience, but I will always experience something as a noob. In terms of, I saw this kit and I was excited. I get a printer and I'm excited. I think of a new project and I get really excited about it, like a kid in a candy shop, like I'm doing this for the first time, and it's the mentality of the noob that I want to keep and project. I want to keep things simple. I want to show the excitement and the fun of it all, and I'm loving it. It's not a cocktail, Zapol. We need some more. Well, I do have a Tronxy to put together. 3D maker, not noob. Yep, logical ways. That's the thing. I wanna remain hungry for knowledge. I want to always have this excitement, and I'm gonna be completely honest. having this channel is not easy. It's a lot of work, and it's really weird to explain. It's about 2 days ago, I was running around from one room to room because I have the Trinus in another room. I have the Sigma in the kitchen. I had 4 printers running in here, and I'm running from one place to another. I had to come here. I had to reply to some emails. I had to send out a few photos to Filamentum for some models that I printed. I had to reply to some messages on Facebook, on Twitter, trying to keep up. And I was running around like a headless chicken. And it becomes quite, I have to say, it's not stressful. It's tiring. It's very tiring. I end up going to bed at around 11 or midnight, and then I have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work. And it's a lot of work, and I don't want to burn out. One of my best friends told me, be careful not to burn out. Thank you very much, Keith. Truly appreciate it. Thank you. And it's true, I don't want to burn out. I don't want to exhaust my passion on this. I want to pace myself, which is why 2 to 3 videos a week should be fine, should be doable without a lot of stress or pressure, and it keeps my excitement going. Which is why if a company asks me to do a printer review, I don't want to lock myself in with a time frame because I don't want to rush it. So I'm 15 and get excited for my Robo 1. Excuse me, I'm still a bit sick. Sorry. Thanks, Keith. Right now I'm printing a vase. This is a very clean print. Let me see if I can possibly show some detail on hold on, why isn't that there? Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Oh no. That is really, really clean. That is seriously clean. I'm very impressed with that. I only ride to work, man. I only ride to work and back. I've only recently started sort of spending some time on the PlayStation again. I maybe spend an hour a day just so I can sort of, you know, socialize with my best friends. I was crazy, the stress and yes, definitely. No, this is my happy place. This is where I go to sort of just enjoy myself. My job. I am the head of payments and risk and fraud department for an online company. I run a team of about 53 employees. So I'm not so much a noob in my real day job, and I might not be that nice as I am here. I cannot be. Do you want the videos to turn into your full-time job? Deacon, if I could, yes. I would do this. I would easily do this as a full-time job. If it wasn't for the fact that I just bought a house, I recently got married and we just bought a house and I have a mortgage to pay, I probably would have already started doing this. It's awesome. I love it. K-Gear, I can actually check for you because I have it here. So, the layer height is 200 microns and it's at 50 millimeters a second. Maybe non-productive can correct me if I am wrong, but that's what I'm seeing on Simplify 3D. This thing is looking awesome, and I am actually going to tweet this out because it deserves a tweet. This is looking seriously good. Well done, Greg. I'm just gonna tweet this out. Yeah, it's true, actually, Counterpoint. I don't see stringing. But then again, printers do like me, ask Jimmy. So this one might have already fell in love with me. It's really weird for me having such a build volume. I'm really happy about this. Did you ever think about making parts to sell? Making special order? Yes and no. Initially, I thought to myself I could do this sort of, maybe help people out, do cosplay, sell parts of costumes and stuff like that. But to be completely honest, this channel, producing videos, working with others, it is a lot of work. Apart from my 8-hour daily job, I spend another 3 to 4 hours a day in here. Yesterday was the first time in a week and a half where I've decided I'm not going to print anything. I'm just going to go to bed early. And that's all I did yesterday. I went to bed, we watched a movie and just took it easy. No, this is not nylon. This is PLA. This is the PLA that actually came with the printer. Imagination to farm. Funny. Yes, actually, Uncle Jesse, I think, printed. I think he printed an Iron Man mask on this, and it fits a head. So, let me check. So Z-hop is not enabled. Retraction distance is set to 5 millimeters. It does have coasting switched on. It's at 200.20 millimeters coasting, and it has a 2.5 millimeter nozzle wipe distance. And it also is performing retraction during wipe movement. But I'm seeing that it's not doing actually wipe movement on this one. It might be not doing it because the actual print area is quite small. Did I download this vase? No, this vase was actually sent to me. Yeah, I know. I actually feel sad if they're not printing. That's their job. They're there to print. So it's a shame if I'm not able to print. But sometimes I just need a day off. I need to switch off. Sorry, guys. I'm starting to lose my voice. This print is looking... Guess which word I'm going to use. Absolutely amazing. It is really, really, really clean. It is... I can tell you in terms of price, it's looking much more than €400 equivalent clean. Hey Dominic, I was going to build the Tron CX3, but I did a poll this week on Twitter because the Creality CR-10 arrived, and people decided that this is what they wanted to see. So, what on earth are you printing all the time? Scan the World initiative. I'm trying to print all the Scan the World parts. I'm going to take this off for a bit because for those of you who joined me during the Sigma stream, I actually have updates. I want to show you guys what I printed with the Sigma. Oh, I'm having so much fun with the Sigma. Ready? Ah, I broke it again. Hold on. Stay there. Hold on. Let me fix the zoom. And you see my octopus? How cool is that? Let me fix the focus. There. How cool is this thing? It's my dual color octopus. Thank you for the videos you made so far because you helped me so much with different printers and was available to ship and buy. Appreciate it, Bullskine. Thank you very much. You're more than welcome. Blue tape, PLA, but it's not sticking. Glue. That's what I've been using. If I'm not using painter's tape, I'm using glue. Give me gum gum. Dum dum. That is... Come on. There. Stay. This was my second print. Not perfect, but quite nice. This was the benchy I printed after I ended the stream. As always, it's after the stream ends that I print perfectly. I will get thermo. And finally, I've printed this. This prints in place like that, and it's a keychain. Oops, sorry. It's an absolutely awesome keychain. And for those of you who weren't here from the beginning, I also printed that. All done. This is the knotted orbit. This prints, hold on, let me zoom out just a little bit. There. This prints in place. And it prints with a ball inside, which is trapped there. It cannot come out. It took 35 hours to print. And I love this. I absolutely love this print. This was in PVA, ESUN PVA, and also Color Fila PLA. So. Okay, stay. Have you printed in duo material as well, Kyle? Yes, I have printed in PLA and PVA. I love my octopus. I printed her octopus, then Joel printed her octopus, and then Simone Fontana printed her octopus. So we're starting a octopus movement. Oh yes, PVA all the way. It was a lot of PVA. Stay. There. Let me zoom this in a bit so you guys can see better. This is looking really clean. Is the Sigma Pro printer? It is. It absolutely is. It costs about 2,600 euros. It's not cheap by any means, but it's a hell of a printer, I tell you that. It is a really good printer. Decumadono, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining, man. Mr. Nadim, I have no idea what board it uses. No idea whatsoever, to be honest. Oh yes, Lars, the technology has come very far. And I love the fact that it's become reachable by a lot of people, actually, 3D printing. Because the first time I wanted a 3D printer, it cost like, I think it was like 10,000 euros. Is that possible using all PLA, or will there simply be too much support material? It is possible to print in all PLA. It might not print very clean though. No, it definitely won't hold water. It looks very... Why does this thing keep on moving? Stay. Is the frame sturdy? Actually, the frame is very sturdy. It has 4 bolts running from the bottom to the top to hold it in place, and then it also has T-brackets with 4 screws on each side to even hold it in place further. So it's very sturdy. Yes, exactly. That's right, Birdmeister. This is looking good. We are at 57%. I'm enjoying this acupuncture needle. So. Okay. So what you guys doing tonight, today, tomorrow? Oh, by the way, forgot. I bought flight tickets to San Francisco. It's confirmed. I will be attending the Bay Area Maker Faire on the 19th, 20th or 21st, 19, 20, March, April, May. On the 20th and 21st of May, I will be in San Francisco. I will be at the Maker Faire for those 2 days. I will be there for a week before and a week after. It's kind of like a honeymoon / Maker Faire. If you are in the area, please let me know. Please, if you are in the area, come to Maker Faire, meet me. I will be at the Mata Hackers booth. We'll hang out. Thanks, Kat. Have a good night. Yeah, Patrick, we all do. Do you use Windows 10? I do use Windows 10, to be completely honest. Something is really weird with the computer. It's Cura is not running anymore on Windows on my machine. I have to stay reinstalling it to use it. So I need to do a bit of a cleanup. Yeah, Yes, Lucky 13. I we need to chat about the stickers. I'm starting to lose my voice. Yeah, man, Keith. I have an angel. I have an absolute angel, man. UK Maker Fair next week. I had no idea. I had no idea. No, I can't next week. It would have been a good idea actually to just hop on a plane and come over. Thankfully we have Ryanair, so I could easily be in the UK and back for like 50 euros. I lost prints in 2 machines the other day because both PCs did reboot with Windows 10 and Mac. Oh. Ian, to be completely honest, I've never printed via PC. I always use SD card. I just don't trust them. Newcastle. We have direct flights to Newcastle. Stop talking about this. Flush cutters. Yeah, flush cutters are awesome. Get yourself a pair of flush cutters. Are the tubes on the vase hollow? Yes, they are. They're actually hollow. And not only are they hollow, sorry, I was just looking at it. It's actually just, it's a 2 perimeter print. That makes it even more impressive. Hey KK, can you pan around the print head a little and show it off? Pan around the print head. As in? Like, as in, hold on, whoop. Sorry, this thing is not very friendly. Do you have any concerns with this printer having just one Z-axis lead rod? Things for the streams and reviews. Keep up the great work. So first, Reese, thank you very much. To be completely honest, I don't yet have any concerns because that is printing beautifully. As a second idea, actually, to be completely honest, I would love to open this, see if it could take another Z-axis stepper, and I would absolutely have no issues installing an additional one, because everything can be 3D printed. Everything is 3D printed that sticks onto the Z-axis rod. Alright, non-productive. Thank you very much, man. Thanks for everything. Is this printer better than the Wanhao Duplicator i3 Plus? I don't know. I can tell you this. The first print I sliced myself on Duplicator i3 Plus was not as good as this is printing right here. But as I said, every printer can print great prints given a right amount of settings. This is way too early for me to have an opinion on how to compare the two. We don't have maker fairs like that in Poland. No, Boogie, you don't have maker fairs, but you have kielbasa, you have pierogi, kapusta, you have barsz, you I'm gonna mention all the food. I love Polish food. Also, you have the most awesome Christmas traditions ever. Oops. Because a little far. Oh. It's a shame they did in Newcastle. London would have been awesome to make a maker fair in London. Hey Mark, good evening. X-axis is wobbling. X-axis is not wobbling, that's the table wobbling. This table is really not sturdy. When I do this, this is the table. A food. Can't you tell I'm a foodie? I'm an absolute foodie. I love cooking. Actually, and so much so that tonight I cooked for 9 people and I cooked beer bum chicken. And if you don't know what beer bum chicken is, go look it up. You'll be heavily entertained. Boogie, yeah, they're beautiful, but they're a little bit mental. I know, I dated too. I always thought I was going mental. Hey, Jello 3D. "3D printing itis." I think that is going to come very soon, actually, in a medical term. This is looking really good. And it's not just the print itself. I mean, okay, this print is not going to be perfect, but it is very clean. However, there's a lot to keep in mind because I'm gonna try to show you. I'm gonna let the nozzle go past, and there's just 2 layers, and this is like printing Angus's torture test. These, see how flexible they are? There's no rigidity to it, and it's still printing beautifully. So this printer needs to print Angus's torture test. Can of beer inside the chicken? Yep. Yes. Beer bum chicken. It keeps it more. Oh yes, I left it in the oven for like 4 hours, and as soon as I took it off the beer can, it kind of like fell apart. It was delicious. And then I did some cauliflower cheese with bacon and lots of cheese, and then I did some sweet potato mash. And yes, I'm a foodie. I love food. I love cooking. Yeah. See, unlucky with girls would be if it happened once, but in my case it happened twice. So that's not a coincidence anymore. Once is a coincidence. Oh, sorry, once is unlucky, 2 is a coincidence, 3 is there's something wrong. And unfortunately, I had enough sanity left in me to realize that I don't want to try it a 3rd time. but I love the people there, I love Poland, and I love the food. It's floating, pretty much. I've tried to print the torture test once, I think, on the Micromake Delta, but I didn't manage. Cauliflower with chorizo. Is that Paul? Possibly. Best beer in Belgium. It's not that I'm not a fan of beer, but it has to be a very specific time and place for me to get the craving for a beer. I'm really impressed with this printer. I really, really am. I think it's actually really quiet. I love the noise it's making. It's a very clean noise. It's this thing that's really bloody noisy. Awesome, Boogie. Which area are you from? If I do go, I'll probably end up in Krakow again. And if I do go, it'll probably be during Christmas. Hey, Kevin. Because they have the food market there. And I'll probably end up in Wisła as well, skiing. Sven, we do have the best beer, okay? I forgot I can lean back and just relax now. Orville and Kuhn. I have no idea what that is. It's not perfect, but it's nice. It's impressive. It's beer and chicken bums to beer and crazy women. Exactly. Should be a 3D printing channel, guys. Hi Joe, was the best method to get tiny supports to stick to the build plate? So, tiny supports. This is why I like to simplify 3D, because if I see a part where there's a little bit of support, I just add some more to make it a bit larger. But I would definitely use a raft, and if possible, a brim if you don't want to use a raft. Good night, Jimmy. Thanks a lot, man, for dropping by. I'm sorry we had no blue smoke today for you. Maybe next time, eh? Gdansk, okay. I've never been to the north, actually. I'd love to go. Rafting, yeah. That's the thing. Also, if you have really tall supports, I would suggest you try to do it. I don't know if you can do it in Cura or Slicer, but I add an additional angle. I do a 45-degree angle. So first it runs straight, then it runs diagonally. Makes it much stronger. Oh, my throat. 77%. Almost there, guys. Now rubbing, waving like 5 millimeters. Wait, what? I think I can see Z waving. I'm not rubbing, waving like 5 millimeters. Actually, I don't know if you mean for this. It actually, it's not the... Ah, yeah, okay, the Z waving every 5 millimeters going up. Yes, that's... The funny thing is, it does that only on the outside, but not on the underside. So I'm thinking that it's not the printer, it's the print. And this is done in 3 processes. Actually, you know what? It's actually the print itself, because when you slice it, sorry, I'm losing my voice. I can actually see it when it's sliced at every certain 5 millimeters is that it does certain things. Yeah, man, I definitely need an iced tea, hot tea for this with some honey and lemon. Thanks, Frederick. Oh yeah, we have to change the hour tomorrow as well. Exactly. As Ryan said, do 45 degrees and minus 45 degree on support. It helps a lot if you have a lot of support. Stay there. Alright, Jello 3D, thank you very much for joining. Appreciate it very much, man. Actually, it's not. Let me explain. Hold on. Let me do this so I can show you guys what I mean. This is why I don't actually think it's the printer itself. I think it's the print. This is the way it's sliced. And that is, hold on, there. See? This is the slice of the printer. This is how it's sliced. And as you can see, those are consistent with what you see happening there. And that is the coasting. So, and the coasting is just before the print is finished, it stops extruding. Just before that line is finished, it stops extruding for a bit. And that is what's happening there. So coasting should possibly be switched off for this particular print, because they are very consistent with what is happening there right now. Let me just get this back up here. And we'll do that. Hey, I'm not laughing. The PM802MA, good printer. I've used it. I've printed some really gorgeous prints with it. So that is Simplified 3D that I just used. Thanks, Artyom. This is the Creality CR-10, and it's 83% done on its first print. Thanks, Keith. Appreciate it, man. Yes, a big shout out to my moderators. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night, Lars. Thanks for dropping by, man. I won't be on for too long today. As I said, my throat is killing me. But I want to finish this print. So tell me, guys, is venting important in closure if I'm just printing PLA? If you're printing PLA, I would definitely suggest venting, not because of fumes, but PLA requires quick cooling. So the more cool air you have going in, the better. What else? So yeah. So guys, tell me, what should I oversize with this printer? What shall we oversize? Firing Phoenix, it's at least here it's midnight. It's 12:30 a.m. That whole rubber in place, so the rubber will be stiffer and the radial causing waving. I don't know for sure. It could be, I'm not saying it's not, but it's happening at certain intervals, just like in Simplified 3D is showing. So I wouldn't be surprised. It could be both, but I'll check this once it's done. Fairy lion. Joel's printed the big fairy lion. I need something new. Something fun and massive. Now you're thinking logical waste. Oversize something from Scan the World. Yep. Good idea. $400% benchy. 400% now. We'll do it bigger. Because that's like 2, 4. I think we can do it like 600% here. Easy. A benchy is what? A benchy is... So a benchy is 6 centimeters long. So that's 200, 300, 400. Yeah, we can possibly do 500 or 550% benchy on this. Oversized bust of Julius Caesar. That's actually a very good idea. A globe in blue and green. This is not dual extruder, it's just single. Yoda head. Harry Mai. That would be awesome. Remote control bench. Yeah, I could. I can actually see I can see the stresses of the model itself now. Whenever it prints, I can see them moving. I'm just noticing the movement to see. Yeah. Giant model of myself, I need to be scanned first. Full size Trump bust. We're going to print a benchy that big, perhaps it makes sense to fit a hobby engine and impeller to it. That's not a bad idea actually. A giant model of myself, Martian, print your head. It's true, actually. It would be ideal to sort of someone compartmentalizing the inside so it prints properly. We're at 91%, ladies and gents. Need some more water. I will be printing the OpenRC project, the OpenRC F1 car by Daniel Nore. But I will be printing it in carbon fiber and nylon, so I'm looking forward to that. Seems like we're about to get somewhere here. We're almost at the end. So, I was going to say this is going to be interesting to see how it prints that. This is very interesting. Print a 1-to-1 Prusa. Yeah, logical waste. I definitely will. Just gonna go have some tea with honey and lemon before I go to bed. I also need to sleep. I'm not getting enough sleep. This is at 0.2 layer height. It's 200 microns. Yes, Glenn, there will be, actually. There definitely will be. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry if I'm not shouting, but as the live stream progresses, my voice is just getting worse and worse. And I don't like to cancel live streams. I have to say this is quite impressive, huh? It's printing like an absolute boss. This is quite impressive. Yeah, Paolo, but at least it's Sunday tomorrow, so unless you're someone who's working tomorrow, sleep during the live stream. That would be a good idea. Mega. Actually, I should. At the moment, I should just print me a new throat. It does. It's looking really, really good. I'm seriously impressed. It's not perfect, but I'm quite sure it's the slicer. At least it's that coasting, because I've seen that issue on other prints. Ghosting is usually, as far as I'm aware, and that's something I will do an episode on as soon as I investigate it a bit further. It has to do with acceleration and jolt. What's it called? It's acceleration. It's how quickly the printer moves from one part to the next, and it sort of reverberates. Now Z-wobble would be this. I think it took about half an hour to assemble. You guys probably can tell me. Ghosting is usually due to acceleration, and there's another one. I forgot the name of it. I'm even losing my memory now. Where is it? 6-foot rig. Oh, I really wanted to see that. Jerk settings, that's the one. Thank you. Oh, awesome. Oh man, people seem like they're having a lot of fun at Maker Fair, at the Midwest Riprap Festival. I would have loved to join. So yeah, acceleration and jerk are usually what attribute to ghosting. You just have to tweak those. I still haven't played around with acceleration and jerk on the Duplicator i3 Plus because it's one of the printers that suffers the most about it. You go on most forums, that is usually the first thing they tell you because they're set too high. So I'll definitely be looking into that and doing a video about it. Let's move this a bit forward so I don't have to shout. Yeah, baby. Bay Area Maker Fair. It's like, what, 2 months away? Just under 2 months away. This thing is cool. I like it. Yeah, he is. Just tell her it's another honeymoon. See, that's why I don't really like spool holders on top of the on top of printers because there's a lot of jerk reaction. Sven, it's funny because when I wanted to adjust the steps for the Titan Aero, it wouldn't let me go past 400 on the printer firmware, so I had to do it through Repetier host or Repetier host. Hey, model maker. Yeah, that's what we do here. We talk about 3D printers and food. It's ready. There. Let's get a close up of that. That is actually not bad at all. I don't want to break it. Oh, bed is still hot, so that is really not bad at all, guys. That is really nice. What makes the Aero so great? Because it's compact. It's good for flexible filaments because there's no leeway whatsoever. It's high torque, very effective cooling, and also takes E3D hot ends. Have I ever compiled my own firmware? That's something I have not played around with yet, to be completely honest. How do you become moderator? Well, I get to choose who becomes moderator. Put my hand behind it. Actually, I can do something better. Hold up. Let's do this. almost. That is not bad at all. For a first print, that is really good. And the closer I look at those lines, definitely, and let me explain why. Actually, there's a very, very, very logical reason as to why. This is going to come off very soon. As to why I believe those are slicer related and not. Hold on. I can actually do this. Let me explain why I think those are slicer related and not printer related. Because those lines are only on the top part, which is here, but they are not at the bottom. The bottom is absolutely flawless. It's flawless. And if the bottom is flawless, there's no reason why the top wouldn't be, unless that's where the layer starts and the retraction settings are wrong. So that is why. That could have been a perfect print, and I will fix that. I am very happy with that. I am very, very, very happy with that. That is cool. See, it's just the top parts, and it's on each and every single one, and that is where the layers were starting. The bottom was not where it starts, and the bottom is perfect. Let me see if I can get this thing off. So thanks, Ian. I appreciate it, man. I actually do need them. So let's see if we can see. If I look at it, okay. Here, let's do it this way, because it will focus more. See the bottom? Absolutely flawless. That is perfect. However, when you turn it around, it's there on the top. See? That is actually a really cool print. If you look at it, oh, come on. Thank you very much, Robert. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Robert. So this is a success. This is amazing. I am very, 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 very happy with that. I don't think I could have printed a better first print, actually. Right, are you planning on making videos about how to adjust your slider settings in order to get the perfect print? Yes, Sven, I will. Would something like vase mode have helped here? It probably would have. Vase mode would have, not in this particular case, but printing a vase mode model would have. But vase mode is like cheating. It's easy for a printer to do vase mode because it's one continuous motion. There's no jerk, no retractions needed, you know. So it's like a simple print, strictly speaking, and you can do it fast. It doesn't really show the capabilities of a printer. Alright guys, so I'm gonna call this a successful print, a successful live build. I am happy I could do this, guys. I would love to sit here and chat to you guys, but I really am struggling to talk right now. And logical waste, yes, your avatar is a cat. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I truly, once again, appreciate all the support. Hey Jello. I will not be doing a live stream next week because I'm going to be off for the weekend. I'm going to take 4 days off. I will be uploading because I have 3 episodes scheduled for next week. I'm going to do an awesome creation. I will do a I'm going to do a tutorial on how to calibrate your extruder, and I'm also going to give you my initial thoughts on the Tronxy X3. So those will definitely come out. I see a majestic lion. Yeah, there's always a majestic lion somewhere. Thank you very much, guys. Once again, I appreciate your support. Like, share. Big shout out to my moderators tonight, Mike, Lucky13 Vinyl, and Ryan. Thank you very much. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you for my viewers. Yeah, Logical Waste is my baby. This is thanks to you guys. So I humbled and I thank you. My tushy is very comfortable, and so is my lumber. Yes, I am. Thank you very much once again for the last time. Thank you, humbled. I appreciate all your support, guys. And in the meantime, happy making.